Hello and welcome. I am Fable, this is Spread Alchemy, we're doing sketchbook tours, this is number 14. Let's do this. Starting off, we have some stars and a mushroom. Then we have a velociraptor and some like corner demon practice. Well, these are couch gremlins actually, that's a corner demon. We have a wolf and a bunch of doodles, but some like strawberries and like a bee dog, and then there is Echo, who is a Galophoric human hybrid, who's no see mine, and like a little birdie, and there's a face nap in the corner. Face nap are essentially fey dragon fairies. Here we have a siren. It might be Opal Tool, it might just be a siren. Mermaid. We have some birds and some pretty hair. We have a little landscape drawn. You can hear my cat in the background. Of like a little house. Or, yeah, landscape drawing with a little house and little pumpkin patch. So we have a pirate ship. I think that's Spider-Man and like an elf person. Here we have what looks to be a Night Vale inspired landscape where it says corn and corn byproducts. It's a dress design and then I think like a cat person. Here we have like a landscape of like a beach side. There's some big fish in the water, like a Nessie. So we have design practice. That's Opal from Steven Universe and like a Lolita dress and some cute boots. That is a guy design. Here we have a drawing of Red Jane, who is a pirate OC. We have a dragon and Skitty and some boots and another Pokemon named Spiel, and it's wearing a bow. Here we have some like aquatic creatures of like an octopus and some squid and some snails. And then some pose practice. We have more of Red Jane, I guess saving someone, and then more of Red Jane, but it's colored in and like pirate ship. Here we have some landscape designs and some more doodles of Red Jane. It's a drawing of another like pirate crew member named Naomi, or Nye for short. I guess they're making a map in the woods of like where they're going. Here's some skull bunnies. More designs of Naomi. Here is a dragon and some stars. What looks to be some axolotls. It's a cat clown person. Looks to be Pinkie Pie with very simple design. Here is some pose practice, like an eye practice and some hand practice. Here's Magnanium as like a cosplay. More design practice. More of the like cat clown person. Some Gengar doodles. Some more like design practice. Here is a raccoon. Some more design practice. I think that might be a fairy tale character or just a person with horns. Here is a pony with a jack-o'-lantern head, and I guess some like head shape practice. Here we have a candle lady, and like a dragon face. And we have some like wing designs for some moving wings. I have another video uploaded of the real life version of this. It's some tattoo design practice. I think this was like clothing design practice. And some like confetti. Here we have a cool anime cat. And some like braids. It's a little fire raccoon. And then like a dresser design. I think this was a reference I found on Pinterest. Here we have a pumpkin head person. But I guess it was 68 days till Halloween at that time. Here we have some little rats and Red Jane. Here we have a pumpkin candy and some like bats. Here we have a bunny person and a mushroom person and a little frog person. And then some more of Red Jane. It's some design practice, some like fruits and vegetables. An alien cow dog. It's a cool design, like that. It's some more shape practice, and then it's some animal designs. So first, like a clown guy person, and then two, we have some eco domes on Bossadoon where like the humans are raising the like earth plants that need like special sunlight, and that's why like the domes are green but the outside grass is red, because the sun of Bossadoon is like a light coral. It's more design practice. I think that is a continent. It's more design practice. More design practice. This one's like a cool fairy. It's like a dog and some anatomy practice. This is like a elf with a braid. Have some like people design practice and like a bird generating rain, I guess. Some like rainbow line art. More if Magnanium was like a person. And then we have some like wolf person. Tis like a fairy. Another fairy. I think these were like costume feet. It's some more rainbow line art. And another fairy. And then like an eyeball. And like a root vegetable. More cat person. We have a pretty dress and a comfy looking raccoon with a fun design around them. We have some anatomy practice. more anatomy practice. It's some fish on a background landscape of like a town, and someone's like making flying fish out of their soup or something. It's more landscape practice, but it's like the inside of a building, and then there's some like bats with some candy. It's a person with a drink and a little pirate ship and a wolf. Here we have some bats and like a bird skeleton. This is a landscape of like some trees with a swirly sun, and then the opposite of like some trees with a swirly moon. Some like costume feet design. This is like a cat with wings, and then this is like a swirl design. Drawing practice, and then this is that cat person. More cat person, and then Red Jane. More cat person. Random doodles. This is like a wand with some magic. Here we have like a seance around a skull and some more little doodles. That is a sword. Here we have drawing practice. If you look up on YouTube like pose anatomy practice, there's like 5 to 15 minute videos where it just shows a bunch of different clips of people that you can like reference for drawing, and I did that for a little bit. It's another one of those. Some like OC headshots of Red Jane and a mushroom person and like a fairy jackalope, but it looks to be some kind of landscape. We have a leopard cookie bug, which is like a slightly bigger, like A-size ladybug creature, but they eat decaying waste, so they're a decomposer of the environment. And there's like a scale reference of here's some apples and there's the bugs. Yeah. Here's some anatomy / drawing reference practice. Here we have some more drawing practice and like a pumpkin, or that's like a jack-o'-lantern face pot kind of seance. Have some more little doodles. That looks like a door. It's some anatomy practice. It's some wingy doos. Some like tattoo design practice. Here we have hand practice and another one of Red Jane. It's a little dinosaur with like shading practice, I guess. This is Blair the Cat Witch from Soul Eater. I did a cosplay of her, and this is me planning out the cosplay. More of Red Jane. Looks to be a Christmas tree and little bat face. Some pose practice. This is like a landscape of the inside of a building. And then there's some people designs. Some more design anatomy practice. Some more doodle designs. It's like a duck with glasses. It's a Red Jane on like a stool, or just a person smoking with a bottle. Another dinosaur. More anatomy practice. More anatomy practice, and some stars, and like a goggles wearing person in the corner. It's a more Blair costume, and then there was also It's Itsumi cosplay that I did from Delicious Dungeon. More anatomy practice, but this was like dancers, and then some like designs of people. More anatomy practice. This is like a winged wolf person, and there's like a mantis person, and then this is more anatomy practice, but given like pirate clothes. More anatomy practice. More anatomy practice. More anatomy practice. More anatomy practice. And it continues. Yes. Before I was Sprite Alchemy, I considered being Cat Fables. And here are like some like logo designs of like Magic Cat. More anatomy practice. Some little doodles of the mantis person. The costume planning for the mantis person. Then Red Jane and an elf. It's a cat person and mantis person. Some little little doodles designs of like birds with like a star on them. I guess this is little bird comic. It's some like horned possum creature and some like design references for practice of like creatures. That is a dragon. Gotta love a good dragon. That's a real life reference. And this was like Rosaline and like Princess Peach. I believe this was lifted off of Pinterest, and I was like reference practice. This is a backdrop of a warp deer, which is like kind of looks like a deer, but they got like portals going throughout their body. And then there's a leopard cookie bug, and this is like them around a pond. It's a Blair, but like the bathtub scene, so it's like a bubble dress. So I mean, what's the word? I was planning out how to dye my hair in rainbows, and it came out pretty well, actually. So some costume designs. So I made some like curly point covers. So some architecture practice and some more like costume drawings. So more costume practice, but these were from Fairy Tale. So I was like planning on making a mask for the mantis person, and it ended up looking more akin to like this. And then we have platypus fairy and face snap and a spider cat. I did end up making bracers. And then more of the mantis fairy costume. It's a person design. We have a cat on a ledge. Someone with headphones. Then we have some marker tests, and that is the end of Sketchbook 14. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.